So I just brought home two of these little minis from out at my out yard yesterday, and I just wanted to check how they're going, whether they've got a queen in them. So I've got those 4 grafted cells here in the backyard now, so I need to find somewhere to use them. So they might be able to go in these minis. I find the easiest thing to do usually is to get that feeder out of the back, and it gives me a bit of room to work. So this frame here is all honey. Makes it look like there's a honey flow, which there isn't. It's just stored feed mainly. So here we've got brood on this frame. Might be able to see just a few capped cells. Now it looks a bit irregular to me. The cappings look a bit raised and it's sort of all over the place. Just have a look at the cell. So it's got a nice hole cut in the end, so it's emerged properly. That's how you know whether it's your grafted queen or an emergency queen. But yeah, with the brood, we'll have a look at this one now. The queen should be on here somewhere. There's a little patch of brood just there. That patch is probably a bit better organised, but the cappings are a bit raised. Not sure whether this queen's going to turn out to be a drone layer or not. I basically just need to give her more time. She wasn't on that frame, so she must be down in the bottom of the box. But I think sometimes when a queen first starts laying, she doesn't quite get it right. You might be able to see her there near the top of the screen. There she goes. She's in the bottom of the box. Can get a look at her there. She's a decent looking queen. I think she's an acceptable size. Yeah, I think sometimes they start laying, they don't quite get it right. They sort of lay a bit all over the shop and lay a few unfertilised eggs. So I think it's good to just give them a bit more time. But so the issue with these really tiny minis like this is she's run out of room. So what's she to do now? She's got no more comb to lay on. So that is definitely a downside to such a small colony. So you could just, use this queen or sell her or whatever. She's laying, but is she laying good worker brood? Can't tell yet. She needs more time. So here's another one, same story. So I had 3 of these minis. I just used them to use up the last few queen cells that I had. I didn't really ever intend to be using these in the height of the summer. It's just a bit hard for them. The conditions are hard. But I just used them to use up the queen cells. So we'll take a look at the cell. It's emerged properly. Yeah, I had 3 of them and the ants took over one and killed it. So I didn't want that to happen to all 3 of them, so I thought I'll just bring them home where I can keep an eye on them. So I left that feeder in because there's lots of bees down in it. It's a bit of a stack of bees there that I just break apart, looking for the queen. Yeah, I didn't want to take the feeder out because all the bees might just fall into the feed and drown, so I'll try not to disturb them. So no brood. So that's not a good sign. And the way these bees are behaving, I'd say they're queenless. They're sort of roaring, what we call roaring, and they're all standing around sort of flapping their wings. I sort of call that behaviour begging. They're sort of like their queen went off on a mating flight and she never came back, so they're sort of begging for a queen to come and join in their hive, sort of thing. But there's definitely no laying queen. So this one will get one of those cells that I've got, because there's a good population in here and some good young bees and some drawn out comb, so that's all I need to hopefully mate a queen. So I decided to go back to that first one. There's a few robber bees hanging around this table now, so I'll just do this down in the garden. I'm going to take the feeder out and give them a couple more combs. Because they've got that big fat frame of honey, they don't really need this feeder at the moment. What they really need is more comb space. I need to be able to assess this queen, so I need to see her laying a bit more. So I've got a little comb, it's got a bit of honey in it there, but it's also got a decent amount of open cells. And another one here that's got a bit of honey in it, but it's all drawn out, so they'll shift the honey around and give the queen a bit of space to lay.